Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the afternoon session of day 5 of the national level 1 week online workshop on research methodology for ethnographic study. I am Dr. Kasturi Goswami and I teach economics at Bahana College. The journey so far has been incredibly enriching, and we are happy to have each and every one of you with us again. Over the past 4 days, we have delved deep into the various aspects of ethnographic study and had the privilege of learning from distinguished experts who engaged in insightful discussions on various topics, ranging from the methodology for ethnographic research, the techniques used in ethnography, the ethical issues in ethnography, the effective ethnographic projects, and how to engage with participants and communities in research, the best ways to report ethnographic findings. Today, in the morning session, we dealt with special topics in ethnography, where the speaker dealt with the multidimensional nature of ethnography, ranging from our day to day activities, war, movies, artificial intelligence, and so on. So for this session, it is my privilege to introduce the resource person for technical session 9, Approaches to Data Analysis in Ethnography. It is my pleasure to welcome Professor Dibbajyoti Bhattacharjee sir for the Department of Statistics, Assam University, Silchar. Professor Bhattacharjee is a highly accomplished individual with an impressive educational background and extensive work experience. He holds a dual master degree in statistics from University of Delhi and the other in computer science from North Odisha University. He has an MPhil in statistics from University of Delhi and a PhD from Guwahati University. He also has a postdoctorate in cricket analytics from XLRI School of Management, Jamshedpur. His area of interest includes statistical graphics, data mining in sports, cricket analytics. In addition to his academic achievements, Professor Bhattacharjee is amazed with wealth of practical experience and has worked with renowned institutions such as Ramlal Anand College, New Delhi, Central Statistical Organization, New Delhi, GC College, Guwahati University, and Assam University. Further, Professor Bhattacharjee is recognized for his contribution to the field of statistics and has received accolades from various agencies like ICSSR, International Council of CCLP Worldwide, and Indian Association for the Study of Population. He has also published extensively in reputable journals and contributed to book chapters. He has presented his research findings at numerous conferences. Till date, 6 research scholars have successfully completed their doctoral research under his supervision. We are truly fortunate to have Professor Dibbajyoti Bhattacharjee sir join us today as he shares his vast knowledge and insights with us. With these few words, I would like to welcome you, sir, on behalf of Bahana College Fraternity. Now, I would like to hand over the session to Bhattacharjee sir. Over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Kasturi. Uh, may I be allowed to share the screen, please?
Of course, sir.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I am sharing my screen and taking you to the presentation. Uh, at the very outset, I would like to express my gratitude to the organizers of the workshop for inviting me to this session and giving me an opportunity to interact with you. I am basically from a student of statistics, and as a student of statistics, we have to work with data coming out from different sources. At any stage of the presentation, if you want to have ask a question, you may just interrupt me and ask the question. Uh, in between the lecture, also after every 5-10 minutes, I will stop and I will ask if there is any doubt in your mind about what I am telling. And in case there is some doubt, you please raise. You may write the answer, question in the comment box, or you may ask the question, switch on your mic whenever I ask for. Okay, let us now look at this. A particular software is there. I think many of you might be knowing, statistical package for social sciences. So basically, it's a very simple type of package, and it has made life easier for researchers, especially those working in social science. Obviously, ethnographic research and all other types of social science research. And so once you are a little bit accustomed with these particular software, then your statistical computation and drawing analysis and reporting becomes relatively easy from your side. And this is a well developed software, started sometime in the 1980s when a few students, Nee, Hull and Bent of Stanford University, were writing programs to solve some of their psychological dissertation they were writing on psychology. So they were actually having have to do similar type of computation again and again. And then they thought of developing a software where you can give the data and then the calculation would be done instantly. Initially, they developed it, and later on, in due course of time, it became so popular that SPSS is almost a household name for all researchers in science as well as in social science. And then, though there are several softwares coming, almost every day you'll heard about a new software, hear about a new software. But the thing is that SPSS has lasted along with time. It has seen the ups and downs of the software, and yet it exists, and it will so exist in future as well. The software is not free; it's like priced version, and the price version is quite costly in terms of Indian capabilities. But then many institutes and organizations have this software procured from. Now it's a product of IBM. No product of IBM. I procured it from IBM, and they have it. So it is important that you need to know about this software. I hope that some of you might be knowing and already using SPSS, but those who are not knowing, let us see how we start. So in front of you, what you are seeing in the screen, uh, there is a questionnaire. Now, this type of questionnaire are generally used when we want to collect the primary data. Primary data is those data that the researcher collects for the first time for his purpose of study. It differs from secondary data in the way that in secondary data is already collected by someone else and stored and reported. So it's in stored form. It's free of all type of data cleaning. It's been done over it, and errors are detected, and then the data is present in presentable form. It is available. Such data are called as secondary data, and there are so many advantages and disadvantages of primary data and secondary data. In any textbook, you will find all this discussion. But primary data, actually, you go to the field and collect the data for your own. You or your representative goes to the field. So initially, one source of collecting the information is to develop a questionnaire. So a questionnaire is developed for the purpose of collecting the data. So this questionnaire, I have taken a very simple questionnaire. Such questionnaires you must be using in ethnographic research also. Now, in this type of research, you develop questionnaire and collect the information from the respondent. So let us start with this very simple questionnaire. You see very few entries are there in the questionnaire. And then we will see that for this questionnaire, how we need to prepare our SPSS data file so that we can start data entry soon after collecting the data. So first is the serial number. Every questionnaire has a serial number. The serial number is a number which actually helps us to identify the questionnaire, because the questionnaire collects information about a person or a household or a group of people, and we may need to refer back to this questionnaire in future. So we put a serial number. This serial number is unique in the sense that there will be no two questionnaires having the same serial number, so that they can identify it individually. Then comes name of the person from whom I will collect the information. Gender, male, female. You can have the third gender also, because these days government has approved the existence of third gender in our country. So you can have another code for transgender. Now, if you see these, many of you have made questionnaire probably, and then you see that you write a box, then gender, male and female. But here you see it is code is given. This code you may write either before the verbal descriptor. This is the verbal descriptor. Before the verbal descriptor or after the verbal descriptor within bracket. These codes actually helps us while we enter the data. We'll see later on. So I have this questionnaire, and I would like to put these codes. And then academic background or educational background is a business graduate, engineering graduate, or general graduate. Probably this information is collected from some organization about the employees. So what type of graduation he has done, whether it's a business graduate means MBA and other things. Engineering graduate, you know, BE, and then general graduate, BSc, BCom, or BA. Uh, Age in the last birthday, that means complete years. This word, age in last birthday or age at last birthday, means complete years. How many years you have completed? So that is an integral number. Though age is otherwise fractional, but mostly it is taken as an integer. Then comes designation. Here also in that particular office, there are three designations. One is officer, who is executive, and three is director. But you see, I have placed some code around it so that data entry is easier. Salary before increment, that is in 1000, and salary after increment in 1000. That means if someone's salary is 10,000, I will write 10.000 because it is in 1000. Someone's salary is say 1,20,000, then I'll write 122.000. Or say someone's salary is 1,22,784, and I'll write 122.724, like that. Okay. A performance indicator, it is a number between 1 to 5, maybe fractional, fine. And emotional intelligence, it is a number between 1 to 10, maybe fractional. Performance indicator is given by the supervisor of that individual for whom you are collecting the information. So that is a number between 1 to 5. Fractional maybe 4.5, 4.7, 3.8. Like this, his supervisor may give, his or her. And then emotional intelligence is given by the peer group, means his colleagues, his or her colleagues will give a score out of 10 on fractional. If there are more colleagues, then you can take information from all of them and put the average over here. So this is a very small question here. Any question you want to ask about this? Till this much, if you have any question, any doubt, anything not clear, my speed is more if you feel.
Participants, if you have any questions, you may type it on the chat box, or you may unmute yourself and directly ask your questions to our resource person.
Okay. So let us assume that there is no questions. So now what I am going to do is that I am trying to create an SPSS data file, in which we can enter this information at due course of time. So I open a blank data file. I think I have one. This is already filled up. So let me tell you, this is a software called SPSS. Let me start from the beginning. Full form is Statistical Package for Social Sciences. So this is my, as you can see, my desktop. In my desktop at the top, you see there is an icon, round ball type, blue colored. And it's called IBM SPSS Statistics 26. So 26 is the name of the version. So I click here. So as soon as I click here, it will take some time, but then ultimately it will open. This is called as the product of IBM. Earlier it was not, but now it is a product of IBM. So here comes this my first data screen has opened for SPSS. This is it's not. Once you install it, then it's easier to open. Okay. Now I need to enter the information of the variable. Now this looks quite like that of Excel, isn't it? It looks like Excel, but it is not like Excel. It's a little bit different from Excel. Why I tell you, it has two views. This is the data view where we can see the data, and here you see data view is active. If you can see at the corner, bottom left side of the screen, data view, and now I make variable view active. Now this I click here, variable view has become active. Data view, variable view, data view, variable view, data view, variable view. Okay. Now this is the variable view. You see data view. When I click in data view, you see this VAR is written, but they are all gray in color, indicating that they are not active now. But when you go to variable view, you see all of them are dark black in color. I mean, full black in color, and which means that they are active. Now, here I will not enter the data because obviously I don't have the data right now. What I have is the questionnaire. So I have to first design my data set in a way that it accepts the data. So let us go to the data. Okay, so sorry, questionnaire. So first one is serial number. Okay, let us have it, and then name. Okay, now I go here, I write say serial, SERIAL, serial. Just I type in serial, I keep S capital, and then I click in the one in the bottom, and then you see all of them takes the values automatically. I have nothing to do here. Okay. Now serial number, it might be numeric, it might not be numericals, because all serial numbers are not numeric. Suppose I am collecting data from company A and also from company B. So I give the serial number A1, A2, A3, A4 like this. When I go to company A, that means I keep A at the beginning and then the serial number of the person from whom I collect the information. So depending on your data, how you are giving the serial number. If you are feeling that I'll give integer 1, 2, 3, 4, fine. Now this is numeric, okay. Width means how much this is width. Suppose this I am increasing the width. This is the increase. This is the width. By default, it is telling the width. Width means width of the column. So if you are satisfied with width 8, keep it as it is. But decimals you see this is an integer, as you told that this is an integer. So I keep it 0. Okay. Here I give some description because my serial number will be integers 1, 2, 3, 4. So after decimal, how many points? After decimal, 0 points. So that's why I made it 0. Level here I can type in some description. This is optional. Here I may give some description about the variable. Well, I may write this is the serial number on the basis of data collection. So this is I have written. Okay, values no need, missing no needs, column total column 8, and then measure here. If I click here, you have to give something. Here you see in measure 3 options are coming. One is scale, one is ordinal, one is nominal. Now this little bit this knowledge you require. Here, what is scale? Scale means anything which is numeric, income, body temperature, humidity, amount of rainfall, all these things, distance, then weight, height, everything comes under scale. Ordinal means it is a categorical type of data, but there is an order. Like say educational qualification, if I give the qualification in this way, that under metric, matriculation, intermediate, graduate, postgraduate, then that will be an ordinal type of data. And nominal means anything which can be classified by name, like say religion, then it will be nominal. So ours we can take it as a scale because this is a numerical value, so I take it as a scale. Okay. Then we go to the next variable. If you look at this, is name. Okay, fine. So I give here name. Name I give here. Now name, you see, it is not numeric. So what I do is that first is that I, instead of making it numeric, what I do, I click here. Once I was like this, I click here. Once I click here, one say you see one small square is coming up here. Like those people who have diabetic, they eat in the morning along with their tea a biscuit, cream cracker biscuit. So this comes the cream cracker biscuit. So whenever you see a cream cracker biscuit, click on it. Click on it, it gives different types of variables that might be used corresponding to the variable name. Now this is a string variable. String means when you have some characters. Name is a string variable, and total number of characters, someone may have a big name, someone have small name, but give a something which is quite reasonable, 20. You can give 100 also, doesn't matter. Okay. So this is the string, and this is here level is not so much required. If required, then you write name of the respondent. Name of the respondent, okay, fine, and nothing is required. It has already taken. As soon as I have given string, it has told that this is nominal. Fine, I agree. Next comes to next option, gender. 1 for male, 0 for female. Remember this. Remember the code. 1 for male, 0 for female. So we come here, we give the name gender. Gender. Now gender, you will tell that it is a string. No, there is the mistake. That this is not a string. This is numeric. Why I am telling numeric? That I will not write the gender like MALE or FEMALE. Rather, I will use their code. And since I am using their code, so I will call it numeric, and I will not call it string variable, to which I was more tempted to tell. I make it 0. Now here you see number of digits I require to write this. Number of digits. Now here I will write 1 for male and 0 for female. Now both 1 and 0 are 1-digit number. So I will put 1 here. So I'll click here. So here level, in level I write something like gender of the respondent. I may not write also. Now here I have to place the values. Earlier we were not using this values column, but here I will use. Why? Because I am using codes this time. Earlier you see in your questionnaire, then serial number and name, there were no codes. But as soon as we came to gender, we have the codes here. What I will do, I'll come here in values levels. I will put the value here 0. Sorry, I'll put the value here 0, and I will give the level female. And then I'll click add here. So female will come, and then 1 is for male. So I put this, and then I click on OK. So this is done, and this is gender is a nominal variable. Nominal variable. So I will select nominal. So this gender is done. After gender, we go to the questionnaire. We see educational background. 1 is for business, 2 is for engineering, 3 is for general graduates. So I will use this codes: business, engineering, general. Okay, fine. Business, engineering, general. Okay. I'll come here. I will not write entire educational background. I will write edu, and I will write back. You may give some other name also. Remember one thing: you space between words are not allowed in variable name. I repeat, space between words are not allowed in variable name. Why? Because SPSS restrictions. So in case you want to give a space between words, use a underscore here. Okay, educational background. It becomes, let us make it 0, because I don't have anything beyond decimal point. Here there are 3 codes, 1, 2, 3. And so for both 1, 2, and 3, all of them, we require only 1 digit. So I'll take only 1 digit here. And now this is the, I write here, because edu back, one person may not understand the variable. So here it is important, educational. Educational background. So educational background. Okay, fine. Now we come here, educational background. We have 3 backgrounds. So we have here 1 was business graduate. Business, I write business. 2, I write engineering. And 3, I write general. General means like BA, BSc, become something. And I click OK. So it is here. And this is also nominal type of variable, because you don't know which qualification is more important than the other, because all of them are qualifications at the same level, all are graduates. So we have this one. Let us move to the questionnaire now. Next word is age in last birthday. It's a 2-digit number. Okay, so I write age. This one, no fraction is allowed, 0. And a person may live up to 99 years. He may live even more also. He may score a century. But since it is related to some organization, it seems, so no need to take a 3-digit number. You can take a 2-digit number. Okay, fine. And then here you write age at last birthday. So this is an additional information. This is nothing, no code, just whatever be the age. You have to put this is obviously a scale variable. Scale variable is anything which is measurable, countable, like that. Okay. Now this is with age. And now let us go. We are coming last 5 more. Designation, officer, executive director. So I have here designation, make it 0, make it 1, because 3 designations I can code with a 1-digit number. Designation of the employee, and then one, let me see, 1 for officer, 2 for executive, 3 for director. 1 for officer, 2 for executive, and 3 for director. Okay, so this is designation is done. This is categorical variable because officer is at the lowest level. Officer is actually here clerk in this office. Then comes executive, and then comes director. So there is a hierarchy. So this will be an ordinal type of data. This will be ordinal because these 3 grades are there. They are at 3 levels. One is ahead of the other. Like in our academic system, we have assistant professor, associate professor, and then professor. So similarly, they are also officer, executive, director. So there is a hierarchy. So in case of hierarchy, ordinal type of data shall be selected. Next, we come to salary before increment in 1000, salary after increment in 1000. Fine, they are almost similar type of data. I give a small name like salary B4, and then I give another variable name salary SALARY, salary after AF or AFT. So okay, salary here you see it is in 1000. That means I told earlier, suppose someone is getting 10,212 rupees. So his value will be 10.212. 10.212. So I require 3 places after decimal. So 3 places. Before that there might be 3 digits total. Okay, 8 I can have a 7 also. 8, let me not disturb it. Okay, make it 3. Okay, this is salary before. Salary before increment. You can copy and paste also sometimes. Okay. Salary before, just change it after increment. After increment. Okay, these are all scale variables. So this is scale, this is also scale. These 3 suddenly came up automatically. These 3 variables. I did not do anything. Suddenly it came up. Okay, performance indicator, number between 1 to 5 may be fractional, emotional intelligence. So I give it a name, performance PI, and emotional intelligence. So this is a this is a number which tells the number between 1 to 5 may be fractional. Okay, so this is a variable with. So this is a maybe fractional. Okay, 2 digits, and if it is a 1-digit number, then total 4, 1 digit before decimal, 2 digits after decimal, and the decimal itself. So in total 4. That's why I am writing total 4. Because if I write 1.32, so 1, then 1 point is there, point, then 3, then 2. So how many total characters? 4 characters. So that's why I am writing here 4. Here also I write it 4. Okay. This is PI is performance index, PERA 4. And this is emotional intelligence. Okay, and both of them are obviously scale. So this is about our variable view we have prepared. Now when you come to our data view, just to switch here, you see these things have come automatically here. Earlier all were VAR, and they were not active also earlier. But now all of them have become active, as you can see. And one thing very interesting, if I keep my cursor on serial, you see what happens. Keep your cursor here. You see there is a line. This is the serial number on the basis of data collection. That is what I wrote earlier. And it goes off also automatically. Name of the respondent. It comes with what is the name of the variable, what is the type of the variable, what measures, the string variable, gender, it's a numeric, it will tell, measure is nominal, and gender of the respondent. So this gives a description of the variable as soon as you keep the cursor there. That is why it is a good practice to write something in the levels, which I had done while I in the variable view. See levels you have written. Here is we see the spelling of level. It's with A, not Level. Level, that is a different thing. Yeah. For example, designations are at 3 different levels. It is levels. This is level. This is level. Level gives a description of the variable. Okay, so we have prepared our variable view, and now we are in a stage of data entry, provided we have collected the data. So I stop here, ask some questions, take some questions if any.
Participants, if you have any questions so far, kindly unmute yourself and you can ask the questions, or you can type it in the chat box as well.
Okay, now here we have this questionnaire. Suppose someone gives the questionnaire to me and I am filling up. This serial number is some number, say 0079. Someone has filled up because this is an official thing. I won't do this. Now what I do is that, suppose I am given this questionnaire, say, can I have the scribble? Let me check out. Yes. Okay, I think I will have a pen also now. Okay, so suppose I have written a name. Here I come up and I tick this one, mail. That ball. Okay, I select mail. Then I go to this is my general graduate. I click here. Then I age at last birthday 49. Designation I want to be a director. Okay. Salary before increment earlier I used to get say 1,23,456. Okay, this one. Now I am getting 1,44,333. This is I am getting performance indicator. My boss has given my performance as 4.2, and emotional intelligence. My friends have given me a performance emotional intelligence of 8. So these things I have filled up. I have filled up my questionnaire.
Bhattasarji sir,
Yes.
may I interrupt you for a moment?
Yes, please.
There is a request from the participant, Sharmili. She is saying that can you explain it a bit slower, because this is something new for her and
Okay.
she wants to follow it nicely. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. So, Sharmili, this till this much pace is okay. So what I am doing is that I am filling up a questionnaire. So just serial number, name. I am trying to write my name. Okay, let me type it. So okay, so this is my name. So my name, my gender, male, then my general graduate, I have filled up, age is 49 years, I am director, my salary is 1,23,456. 456. Since it is in thousands, so I have put the point here. Now I am transferring the data to the SPSS file. I'll go to the SPSS file and make the first entry. Remember 0079. So what I do, I come here, I write down serial number 0079. So it has taken only 79, doesn't matter. In case of name, I write my name. And now you see there is a beep sound. If you can hear, it is not allowing me to type more, because in the variable view I have given the limit, and limit is 20. That means 20 characters will be accommodated. My name has 22 characters, but there is a space also, so that is a character. So you see, beyond 20 it is not taking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, space 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That means JEE, it is not allowing me to write, because I have crossed the limit. So that is the reason why I. Okay, now gender. Gender, you see, I will not type male or female. Rather, what I will do, I will click here sometimes, and then I find that the codes are available with them. I will click here, or I repeat, I will click here once, and then I will find that one triangle will appear, one biscuit with a triangle in it. I click in it, and it will show me the options. So I am male, so this will help me to make my data entry quickly. Educational background, I click here, I get the 3 educational background. I go with general, and I will go with this. Age, if you remember, my age I typed as 49, so I am just typing in here. Designation, I wanted to be director, so this is the director. Salary before increment, I will not get the option, I will have to type in. Let me remember the value, 123.456. So right here, salary before increment, 123.456. And salary after increment, we come here, and salary after increment is 144.333. I type in 144.333, and then my performance indicator value, let me check out. My performance indicator is 4.2 and emotional intelligence is 8. So I write 4.2 here, and then I write 8 here. You see, it is becoming 8.00, because we have allowed 2 points after decimal. So that's why instead of typing only 8, it is, though I typed 8, but it is taking 8.0. In this way, I can collect the information and fill the data of a large number of people. And accordingly, I will, next person, if I collect the information, I will fill his or her information in this line. Next person, I will fill his or her information in this line. Next up, I will fill his or her information in this line. In this way, we will proceed, and we will collect the information from all the people. So I have, by the way, collected already a data set. Let us open the data, which is full of data, and which I have already sent to the organizers for forwarding it to you, and I hope that they have forwarded it. So this is the data set. So here I have a large number of people. Serial number goes up to 39. Names are hidden, but they are given some code names. Triple A, triple B, triple C, like that. Gender, I have 2 gender, male, female. You see this, and these are different types of graduates, their age, their designation, like executive director, officer, salary before increment, salary after increment, performance indicator, and emotional intelligence. Now this is a button, you see, it's called value level button, that you can see these are the labels now, male, female, these are the labels of the codes. If you want to see that, no, I want the codes. So similarly for gender, education, and designation, if you click here, you will get the codes. Again click, it will show you the labels. Code, labels, code, labels, code, labels, code, labels. Just keep on clicking. Code, labels. Other things are not changing because they are fixed. They are not coded. They are not in a coded form. They are simple numbers. So that's why others are not changing, including name. till this much any doubt if you have, because now we will go to little small analysis we'll do.
Participants, I once again repeat, if you have any questions so far, kindly ask sir about it. And sir, we have definitely shared this data with the participants. But one of the participants asked one question previously, and I think it is related to this class. So he said that this data for basic test SEV. So how to use it? I think that's what you wanted to know.
That is what the class is about. This is what I will show, that how this data can be. Suppose you have collected this data, so how to start the analysis, that one I will show you in this class. That's why we are conducting this class. Okay.
Somnath Pati sir, I think that answers your question.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it now.
Yes, sir.
But for opening that, Somnath was asked this question. For opening this particular data set, you require to have SPSS in your computer. If you don't have SPSS, you try to procure it somewhere, or you can take the file to your institutional computer, or some institution nearby must be having SPSS. If you want to do some data analysis, collecting data from social science, ethnology, or in some other field, anthropology, sociology, social work, even economics, and commerce, business administration, etc., where you collect information from human beings through primary data, then you need to have such a software, because Excel is not a statistical software; it's a spreadsheet. It helps to do some statistical calculations, but that is not a good thing to do. Analysis in Excel. Sometimes we also take the help of Excel, because some things are very good in Excel. But if you want to do little bit advanced analysis, they are available in SPSS. Okay. Now let us go to the data for basic tests. Okay, fine. Now we go to the some exercises. So first one, use the questionnaire and prepare the variable view in SPSS so that data can be entered from the field questionnaire. Already we have done this. So first assignment is done. Second, to recode the variable designation into a new variable with two codes only. That is one for director, two for others. That means you have collected the data, and after that you find that there is no point on having so many codes for designation. Rather, it is better to have one designation for one purpose, another, and one code for directors, and all others in one group. So in that case, how to proceed? So this is our second assignment for the day. So what I do is that I come to this database. So this is my database. This is my designation. If you look at this, you see your designation. You may click here. Here is your designation variable under variable view. And then if you click, you have three designation. One is officer, one is executive, one is director. What I want, that I want a separate code for director, but I want the officer and executive be coded as a single number and be called as others. They may be called as others. Okay. So that is the basic exercise that we are going to do now. Now is the speed okay? Okay. So for with that we go to analyze. No, we go to transform. Okay. Here is the menu. In SPSS, here is the menu. Many things are there: file, edit, data view, transform, analyze. So we come to transform, and there is the option recode into different variable, because it has asked me this in the state assignment. It is written the decode into a different variable. So I click decode into a different variable, and I find that all the variables are listed in the left side. Which one I want to change the code? Obviously, designation. So here I check where is the variable. Here I can find designation. So I click on it and take it in the right side. So designation come in the right side. Now I will use a new code for designation. For that I have to use a new variable. I repeat, I want to give a new code to designation. For that, I require a new variable. So I give it a name, Daisy 1 underscore 1. Daisy, or you may give Daisy underscore 1. That means a new variable. You may give any other name, but you cannot give a space in between. You may give new designation, fine. Then don't give space in new, NEW, and designation D. Don't give space. You may give an underscore. Okay. And if you want to have a level for that, that is newly coded designation. You may write anything here. It is now I click on change. As soon as I click change, here you see earlier it was question mark, but now Desig will become Desig 1. So it has understood. Now we have to give old and new values. So what I do is that old and new values. Now what happens? My old value 1 was for officer. So that I want to keep at 1 only. So I write here old value 1, new value is also 1, and I click on add. So here you see 1 will remain as 1. Then I write 2. I want to keep it 1 because I want to give the same code to the executive. So 2, 1, and then I click on add. So it becomes 2 to 1. And last one is 3 because 3 is the designation for director, and that I want to give a new code, and that code is 2. So add. That is done. Okay, now just to continue, I click on OK. Fine, everything is done. This is the output. Output window comes. It tells that execute. That means it has done the job. So I click it. I come to my database. Now you see in the database, you see here a new variable is created. Earlier it was not there. It is a desig, but it is not showing anything like others or directors like that. You see director here, as you can see, director here. In the new variable, you should get code 2. Yes, fine. Also, you see, codes are not individual numbers, but they are having 0.00. What I need to do, I need to do slight changes in variable view. So I come to variable view. First, what I do, I make it 0 because I don't have points after decimal. This one I make 1. So because I have to write either 1 or 2. Okay. Now here I come, I write 1 as others, and I write 2 as director, and click OK. Sorry, director, and click on add. So 2 will become director, 1 will become others, and I'll click OK. Now I'll come to data view. Now you see this executive officer, others, director, and officer, executive. So you see others, officer, others. Director is director. That means whatever I wanted, the director to be renamed as director, but executives and officers should be kept together and renamed as others. So that is been done. So my second assignment is complete. Any query?
Sir, Sashwati Nath ma'am and Bhanu Hazarika sir is saying that the folder, third data fold and the folder of the fourth, that is the salary folder, that are not opening. I'm not sure why it's not opening. If any one of you can unmute yourself and state the problem. Sashwati ma'am and Bhanu sir, can you please unmute yourself and state the problem to our resource person? Sir, is it because they don't have an SPSS there, or maybe they have a other version of SPSS? Can it be a problem
They are
because
not.
of
They
that?
are not. They are not having SPSS.
Okay,
They are not having SPSS.
that's why
That's
the
why.
data set is
That is
not
why the
open.
data set is not opening.
Okay, Sashwati ma'am and Bhanu sir, I hope that answers your query. I think you need to first have an SPSS in your system for the data set to open. Thank you.
if you don't have SPSS, then you cannot, your data set will not open in that case. But if you want to do any type of research in social science, where you want to collect information from individuals, that means which you call as primary data, then you need to have SPSS. This is a live program, and I can see that this is recorded also. So I cannot tell much about how you can procure SPSS, but you may later on contact me. Anyways, you can actually download also SPSS trial version from the website, so that you can download, but it will work for about 1 month. After that, it will not work. So, but this 1 month, but then you try to get this SPSS, because this is a very important software which you require, and I thought that most people must be having this software at least. So, anyways, so let us go to the next one.
Sir,
Yes.
we have a question. Sir, would you please repeat the second point? Quick preview for recording the variable designation by Somnath Pati, sir.
No, actually, the thing is that I can show, there is no problem, but I have to end the things by 3 also.
Right, sir.
So this is the thing you can, if you want to do once again, that first you go to transform. Are you not recording? Organizers, are you recording the?
We are recording it, sir. We can share with them. If you want to continue further, so you can continue. We will share the recording with them.
If it is recorded, then after that they can see the recording.
And, yes, sir. Of course, sir.
Other than that, if there is some query directly where they have no understood, okay, I am showing very fast. Now we go to transform, we go to record into different variables. So record into different variables. So initially it will be this form. Now which one you want to record? Suppose I want to record, say, gender I want to record, or say educational qualification I want to record. So I take it in this side. Then since I will code it to a new variable, so I have to give a name. Already its name is education, so I give a name edu1, say edu1. And here in levels, this is optional. If you want to write something, you write. If you don't want to write something, doesn't matter. Okay. So now here you see there is a slight change. Education will get changed to edu. New variable is created, which is edu. Now you have to give what is the old value and where you want to transfer to the new value. So old value. Suppose you want to, you see already, okay, these are coming from previous step. You may remove this. You may remove 3. Now old value is suppose 1. You want to make it 2. Okay, and then add. So it will come here. And then old value 2, you want to make it 1. Just interchange. And 3 you want to keep as it is. So nothing, no need to write. Or if you are conservative, you may write, okay, 3, let it be 3 on. Add. So accordingly you will do this. So accordingly after that you do continue, and then you click OK. Once you click OK, this window will open and tell it that the execution is been done. It is not important. Just you close it. And then you see new variable is created, edu 320. Okay. Now if you compare it with your education level, you see your education level here it was 1. Here it has become 2. I just interchange 1 and 2. Wherever you will find 1, here you will find it has become 2. And 2 will become 1. So 2 will become 1. 3 will remain as it is. 3 will remain as it is. So it is done. Now it has some decimal points, 0.00. Now you need to change it. So you come here. So what you do is that you make it 0. And then you require only one thing, right? You are basically writing the code 1 or 2 or 3, for which you require only one decimal. So you keep it 1. So it becomes 1 0. And now if you want to give that value levels, okay, you can come here. You may give 1 is say others. 1 or 2. 2 is also others. And 3 it was general graduate, so you may write general. Now you come here, you see this has become, now just click here, this is value levels, you will get the levels. So you see this one is your, I have coded this education level, business graduate and engineering graduate will become others. General will remain same, so general will remain as general, so others have changed. So this one. Now if you want to delete this variable, just you click on this, entire variable gets selected. then press delete. So it will get deleted. A new variable unnecessarily I created just to show you, demonstrate you. I just selected it, delete it, it will get selected, and then press delete. So delete deletes everything in that column. So we are back to our original database. Now let us take the second one. Recode gender into same variable by interchanging the codes. So I have to recode the gender into same variable. Just I want to interchange the codes. That means if you come here earlier I was using a new variable. Now I had no need to use a new variable. Like gender, as you can see, females are 0, 0, 0, males are 1, 1. That means females are 0, male is 1. So I want to change it. I want to make females 1, male 0. That change I want to make. But I want to make it in the same variable, not in a new variable. So for that, what I will do is that I will go to data. Sorry, I will go to transform. There is an option recode into same variable. I click on record. Now I want to change what? I want to gender. So I select gender. I bring it here. Here you see there is no new variable to be entered, because here you will change on the same variable. That's why no need to give the name of new variable. What you need to give is the old and new values. The old and new values I clicked. Earlier value was 0. Now value is 1. Add. Earlier value was 1. Now value is 0. Add. So this has changed. Then you press continue, and then I press OK, and then you come back, close this. You see, gender earlier it was 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1. Now it has become 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0. But it is not done yet, because if I click here, you see these 3 has become male. Earlier they were actually female. First 3 were female, next 3 were male, like that. But they have become male. Why? Because I have to change the instruction in variable view. So I go to variable view, I go to gender, and then what I do is that I change. Now female is 1. So I click 1 and click on change. But you see this is okay, 1 is female, and then I give 0 and I give male, and then I click add, and then I click OK. And now you see you are free from this female, 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 male, male, male. That is, this is correctly coded. That means whenever you recode into the same variable, remember that you have changed the code. That is, codes are numbers which you have changed. But your display value, that is the value label, should not change. For that you have to make the necessary correction on visiting the variable view. So this much about recoding into the same variable. Now this is simple. Sort the cases in ascending order of magnitude with respect to emotional intelligence. So there is a column of data called as emotional intelligence. I want to arrange it in ascending order, because descending order, so that I want to find out who are the people who are having maximum emotional intelligence. So what I do is that I go and right click here, and then there is an option sort descending. Sort descending. So I click on sort descending, and then this window will open automatically. Let us close it. And you see this emotional intelligence wise, it has been sorted. That means who is the person with maximum intelligence, emotional intelligence 10, is serial number 19, whose name is Triple S. Triple S is having the maximum intelligence and emotional intelligence with a score of 10. Second position with 9.8 is Triple J, and serial number 10, and serial number 11 Triple K is in third position with same score of 9.8. So this is how we can arrange things in ascending and descending order. Similarly, I think you can do for descending order also. When you click it, you get copy the second case, paste it in the last case, and then ask SPSS to identify duplicate cases. Okay. Now we come back here. I want to take it to the previous serial, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. So for that, what I will do, I'll click here, right click, and then sort ascending. Sort ascending I click, and then now you see when I come back, you see it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's sorted in ascending order. So it is showing you the ascending order. Now here we are to doing this. Copy the second case and paste it in the last case. Asks SPSS to identify duplicate cases. So sometimes what happens when you deal with a big data set, some data get entered twice by mistake. Some data set. Now, is there a possibility of identifying this? Suppose I select this and then I paste it somewhere at the end. So this is been entered without my knowledge. By mistake, somehow it got entered at some point. Now I want to identify the duplicate cases. What we do is that go to data and go to duplicate case. Duplicate case. In duplicate case, define matching cases by. Now I have to take a variable here which is unique. Like if you are having your PAN number is a unique number. So in the database, if there is PAN number, then duplicate can be easily found because no two persons will have the same PAN number. Two persons may have the same name. They may also have the same father's name, but they will never have the same mobile number. They will never have the same Aadhaar number. They will never have the same PAN number. They will never have the same voter ID number. So some things are very unique. So you see in your database what is unique. Even in this case, obviously their names are also unique because all of them are given different names. But name is not a good option to check for uniqueness. Something which is very unique. Here, the serial number is unique because no two people have the same serial number. So what I do, I take serial in this side and then I click on OK. Now, as soon as I click on OK, it tells me in the output window that there is one duplicate case. One duplicate case out of all the cases, one duplicate. Total data set is 40 and one duplicate case. Now, let us go and find out the duplicate case. I will find that the SPSS has found out the duplicate cases and placed them at the top of the database. The actual case and the duplicate case both are found out and they are placed at the top of the database. And so we are able to identify the duplicate case. So now what I can do is that I can delete one of them. Just click here and then click here. Once you click on the number, say like this, the entire row gets selected. Then right click and then clear. So it has gone cleared. Now you see all the original cases are there. Duplicate case is deleted. Now what I want to do, I want them in ascending order. So I right click here and sort ascending. Once I click sort ascending, let us close this window and you see serial number 1, 2, 3, 4. Once again, they are arranged as the starting, as like the starting point. So if we have a duplicate case somehow by mistake it is entered, then we can identify not only one, there might be many duplicate cases. All of them will be identified and placed at the top of the database. So this is one interesting thing we have found. Next, use value label tag to decode data. These we have already done. That means this is the value label tag. This code decode. If you want to see what are the decodes, this one, just click on this one, A and 1. So you get the coded and decoded value. That is the exercise here. Okay. Let us draw some graphs. Draw a simple bar diagram, educational background of employees. Okay. Now, bar diagram, educational employees. You know that there are 3 educational levels: business graduate, general graduate, engineering graduate. Now, I want to see from the data set through the help of SPSS the frequencies, that how many people are having business graduates, how many of them are general graduate, how many of them are engineering graduate with the help of diagram. So what we do, we go to graphs, we go to legacy dialogues, and we go to bar. So check the flow. Graphs, legacy dialogues, bar. So we go to bar, and then we click on simple bar, then we click on define. Okay, we click on bar, we click on simple bar, and then we click on define. So we get this, okay, huge things. In categorical axis, we take the education because I want the educational qualification. Okay, so I take the education along the categorical axis, and then I click on OK. And the output window, this graph will come out. You see, these are the graph which are showing you the business graduate, educational graduate, and general graduate. If you think that you want to change something like color of the bar, if you think that no, I want the values also, that how many business graduates, because this is showing 12.5, I think 13 will be business graduates from the graph. So instead of reading from the graph, what you want to do, if you want some changes in the graph, you double click here. The chart editor window will open. There, if you click this, it will show you the value. This is 14, this is 12, this is 13. Okay, if you want to change the color, just click on the bar. And you can change the color by clicking here. Okay, this way you can change little bit output. Now once this is done, you just click outside somewhere. Okay, and that will come in the output window. You can copy it also, like copy, and there is a copy special, I think, copy as image. Yeah, you can copy as image, and then suppose in Word you are writing some report there, say this is you are writing a report, here you want the bar chart, so just go there and control V, so you see your bar chart comes up here. It comes as an image, so you cannot edit anything now. So what editing you have to do in SPSS. This has come over here as an image. So let me delete this. So we have draw a simple bar. Draw a simple bar. Now we have this one. Draw a clustered bar chart for educational background of employees clustered by their gender. So you have to show the gender also, plus you have to show the educational background. Fine, no issues. Come here. Okay, you come back to your database. You go to graphs. You go to legacy dialogues. You go to bar. Okay, here there is a clustered bar chart. That means which in generally we call as a multiple bar diagram. So here they call it clustered bar chart, and then you click on define. In define, here you take the categorical axis. Along the categorical axis, you take the education, and you cluster them by the age, not age. Sorry, you cluster them by gender. So two categorical variables have come up. One is the categorical axis, whose frequency will be calculated and then classified by gender, and then you click on OK. Once you click on OK, you see you get a new graph. They are showing us, this is called as the legend, which shows that blue is the male and pink is female. So among engineering graduates, females are more than the males. Among general graduate, males are more than the females. And here the level is almost equal among the business graduates. So this is how we can draw a multiple bar diagram, which is called here as a clustered bar chart. If you want, you can double click it and open the edit window and do necessary editing, including change in color. So these things can be practically done. Let me close this window. If we have some questions right now.
Participants, do you have any questions so far?
Okay, so let us go to the next one. Draw a box plot of emotional intelligence for different designations. You can extend the box plot classified by gender and employees. Okay, this is a very important diagram, box plot. You have, I think, lesser seen it compared to what you have seen about a bar or a pipe. But box plot is very important because it displays the spread of the data, which we call as variance, and it also gives an idea about the average value. So you can compare the averages of different groups and also the spread. Spread means variation. Variation means suppose in a society, if there are a large number of poor people, rich people, middle class people, variation will be more. However, if in a society there are all people are poor, then the variation will be less. So variation leads to different types of problems, whether it is economy, whether it is human beings, whatever. Whenever there is a lot of variation, even in ethnographic studies, if the variation is more in terms of culture, then it is obvious that two particular groups will find it difficult to mingle with each other. So these things, okay. How to draw this box plot? Emotional intelligence with different designation, and then we'll classify by gender also. Okay, fine, no issues. Come back here. Come back to spaces. Here we go to graphs. We go to legacy dialogues. Can I have box plot here? Yes. Yeah, box plot. Analyze legacy dialogues, box plot. Analyze legacy dialogues, box plot. We go to box plot here, and there is a simple bar diagram, and then there is a clustered bar diagram. Sorry, clustered box plot, and there is a simple box plot. Let us first draw the simple box plot. We click on simple. We click on define. Okay, so there is a new form that appears. In the form, all the name of the variables will be in the left side. In the right side, it will be relatively empty. So what I do is that I actually take the variable. That means variable is my here emotional intelligence. So I take the emotional intelligence this side, and I have to be classified by designation. So I click designation and take it by categorical axis. Okay, level cases by, that means you want to identify the sum of the individuals in the graph. There is something called as outlier. Outlier means he has a value which is very high or very low and not comparable with others. So outliers we generally want to find out that who is the outlier. Suppose so all of us are walking together. Our height is between say 5 feet, within 5 feet and 6 feet. All of us we are height, but there is one person whose height is say 6.8 inches. So whenever he will walk, he will make things difficult for us. Sometimes he will give us comfort also. For example, sometimes we may need to catch something which is at a greater height, so we can take his help. Now, this particular person statistically is called as an outlier because he is not behaving in a way or not having measures in a way other people are having. So, what I do is that emotional intelligence and designation we take on the categorical axis, and let us draw click on the output. Oh, and here you see that it is showing me the three designations. This is the officer, this is the emotional intelligence of the officer, this is the emotional intelligence of the executive, this is the emotional intelligence of the director. This black fat line, this is the median, this is the average value. So here you see that the director is having a higher average compared to the officers and the executive in terms of emotional intelligence. Also, you see the box of the executive, this box is bigger in size than the other. This indicates that there is much variation in the executives in terms of emotional intelligence. Some people are emotionally very intelligent among the executives, and some people are not good enough. They are just coming into wasting time. So these are some things which are very important. Okay. Now here we have one outlier. Who is the outlier? Serial number 32 is outlier. He or she is a director, but is having a very low emotional intelligence level, so low that he or she may be considered as a director. Why to tell he and she? Let us visit serial number 32 and find out who is serial number 32. Name is triple FE, female, engineering graduate, 58-year director, but does not have any emotional intelligence. So this is meaning of outlier. Now, box plot classified by gender. Let us have it. So we come back here. We go once again to graphs. We go to legacy dialogues. We go to box plot. Box plot, we get a clustered box plot and we go defining it. Variable is, my variable is emotional intelligence. Category x-axis, category axis is education. Sorry, category axis is designation. Clustered by gender. Level cases by, you may have the name also. Level cases by name and click on OK. Now you get this. So this is pink is female and male, and these are the designations. This is director, male, female. It's executive, male, female. Officer, male, female. So when you look at this graph, you find that officers have a higher level of emotional intelligence because of the average than their wives. Their means female counterparts. And executives have high level of emotional male compared to the females. So females are having less emotional intelligence in this data set. Directors also male are having more emotional intelligence than females. Outliers, triple C is an outlier and double FE, these are two outliers. That means this executive, one executive is there who happens to be a female, is very emotionally intelligent and is not compared with others, cannot be compared with others. Similarly for this. So these actually we need to find out from the graph who are the outliers and why they are outliers, that we can find out later on when we go to the data set. This is called as a box plot. Now let us look at some descriptive statistics. Descriptive statistics, okay, fine. What? Emotional intelligence of employees? Okay. So descriptive statistics about emotional intelligence. Descriptive statistics means mean, median, mode, etc. So what I do, I go to analyze, I go to descriptive statistics, I go to descriptives, and then I want descriptives for say emotional intelligence, one variable, and another we want about the performance indicator. Okay, and then we have some options here. Let us check out options. What? Standard deviation, mean, maximum, minimum, and variance is not there. We consider like standard deviation, independent, okay. Maximum, minimum, continue. Okay, so here you see you get the table. So emotional intelligence minimum is 2.2, maximum is 10. Among the individuals, the mean is 7.868. So emotional intelligence of female, all employees taken together, emotional intelligence is 7.689, and the performance is 3.5. So this is with the standard deviation. So these are giving you the descriptive statistics of your data set so far as emotional intelligence is concerned. So these are getting some descriptives. Compute frequencies of different designation. Okay, fine. So we come to the data set where frequencies. We go to analyze. We go to descriptive statistics. We go to frequencies. Frequencies. Whose frequency you want? We want the frequencies, say, education level. So we click education level, we bring it here. We go to statistics. It tells that they want to show mean, median, etc. No, I am not interested. I just want frequencies. So I click on continue. Charts, You can have bar chart, pie chart from here also. Okay, pie chart you can have it. And then when you click OK, you see these are the frequencies. The business gadgets, this, engineering gadget, this, general gadget. I think. So this comes educational qualification. Along with this educational qualification, this pie diagram comes in. If you want to change the color of the pie diagram, just click here. You come here, you select it twice, so this green will get selected. Suppose you want to give a light green color, and then you click on apply, and you see color changes. If you don't like this blue, click on this blue, and then which blue you like? This one, like, so you see. This one you want red, just click their doubles, and then so once you are satisfied with this, you just click somewhere outside. You'll find that it goes into. So this is how we draw the pie diagram, and here we get the frequency tables. So this is our getting of the frequency tables. Now let us look at the last one. Compute the standardized data. Okay, let us have this frequency table we have already seen. This is a repeat exercise. Compute the standardized value. Now what happens, you see, sometimes we require standardized value. Standardized value, those who are from the education background, anyone doing this program, you require to bring things compare so that you, what happens in education, suppose a person has given examination in a group of students have given examination in 5 subjects. So in 5 subjects, the level of question might not be same. Though total marks is 100, but the level of questions might not be same. Some may be difficult, some may be simple. So in that case, there is a trend of converting things into their Z score. Z score means it will take the value minus mean divided by standard deviation. So in that will make the values lie in the range of -3 to +3, and so they are comparable. So sometimes you may require, for example, here you see performance index, it's a number between 0 to 5. And emotional intelligence is a number between 1 to 10. So you cannot compare them directly. Suppose I want to say that AAA, whether he is having more performance index or emotional intelligence. Where is he, means which one is more? You cannot compare because they are in different scales of measurement. In such cases, we may need to standardize the value. For example, here emotional intelligence performance indicator. What I did, I go to analyze, I go to descriptive statistics, and I came to descriptives. So initially it will be like this, like this. Now I want performance indicators Z value. Okay, standardized value is also called as Z value. I select it, both of them I select one by one, and then click it and bring it here. Computation will be done on these two. Then I click save standardized value as variable. So there will be a new variable created with this, along with these two columns, and then I click on OK. As soon as I click on OK, there will be some computation here, but I am not interested in this. Let me close it, and I find that the Z values are compared. So Z value, it may lie between -3 to +3. Now you see here, this is the first individual. Now this value is larger because it is -0.11. This value is smaller compared to this because it is -0.3. That means this person has more emotional intelligence than his performance in his office. So that is how I interpret. Here you see this is minus. That means it is smaller than this because these are negative values. Smaller than this. That means this person, that is number 2, he has more performance. His performance is much better compared to the emotional intelligence because this is small. This is negative. Let me have both positive then. Okay, this one 1.13, 1.32. This one is 1.13 is performance value, 1.32 is his emotional value. That means emotionally he is more inclined. Emotional intelligence is more compared to his own level of performance. So this is how we can compare variables having different units of measurement or variables having different scales of measurement. So this is a very important statistic. So with these words, let me conclude, because whatever assignments we declared, we have completed almost all the assignments, and some are remains that remains as a homework for all of you. And one complete assignment, database and assignment is there. So please repeat these at home. Okay, please repeat, because practice makes a man perfect, woman also. So all of you should try to solve the queries related to the second data set and questionnaire that I have sent you. And this was the classwork, another was home assignment. So kindly do the home assignment. Software, you try to procure the software and then do this. And I tell you, if you are new in the field of research, or even if you are in the field of research and not aware about SPSS, then you are doing things in a much slower and in a much traditional way. It's not the modern way of doing things. So with these few words, I conclude. However, I am open for questions, if any.
Okay, dear participants, we will open the room for discussion, but let me quickly summarize the session. I'm confident that participants have acquired a vast knowledge and skills today from this session that will help them in their future endeavors and professional development. Professor Bhattacharjee mentioned numerous statistics software for success, but he mainly discussed IBM software SPSS and how data analysis is done with it. He talked about using questionnaires to acquire primary data and how to set up SPSS data file for data entry. Data entry in SPSS is aided by codes in the questionnaire. He offered practical SPSS training in this session. As a result, the questionnaire must be created so that the SPSS will accept the information the questionnaire contains. In SPSS, the width is determined by the variable type, such as integers, strings, etc. Any numerical value is considered to be a scale. A categorical value is required to be ordinal, and any text variable that can be named is considered to be nominal. There cannot be space between names in SPSS owing to restrictions. One can, however, use an underscore if they want to add a space. Once the data view is available, data entry in the variable view is possible. With the use of SPSS, a variety of tasks can be completed, which Sir has given us on a hands-on training, like transforming an existing variable to a new variable, recoding a variable by interchanging names, sorting cases in ascending or descending order of magnitude, use value labels to decode the data, draw diagrams, box plot for different groups and spreads, identify and separate duplicate cases, descriptive statistics, compute frequencies, cross-table frequency tables, compute standardized values, and many more. So I hope this session was quite fruitful for all the participants, as it was a very informative and descriptive and hands-on training session. Now I would like to open the room for discussion. Participants, if you have any question, please open your microphones and place your queries, or else you can type it in the chat box. Participants, if you have any queries, you can ask or type it in the chat box. In the meantime, sir, I have a query. If you can just answer me with that. While I was doing my research, I have found that I have used SPSS extensively in my research, but when we are trying to find something on autocorrelation or heteroscedasticity, this is not quite easily available on the SPSS. Then we have to depend on a different software for the same. So, sir, how can we actually overcome this difficulty?
You are economic student, right?
Yes, sir.
For you, if you want to do econometric modeling, you should work on Stata.
Yes, sir.
Stata is more useful for econometric modeling, and regression and other things can be done better in Stata than in SPSS. SPSS is for social science data collection and analysis. It with this little bit of regression can be done, but if you want to do advanced regression like probit, etc., then you have to use Stata. So for your recommended software is either Stata or eViews.
eViews, sir. Okay. Sir, I have done my heteroscedasticity test and the autocorrelation in Stata, but since it was not available in SPSS, but for the rest of the things, I have used SPSS.
Hmm. You can everything can now be done in R, but some people are not very like R because you have to write a lot of commands there.
Yes,
So
sir.
if you want a pure software type of thing, then you have to go to eViews or Stata.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. Participants, if you have no questions, I would like to formally close this session. Uh, I'd like to express my deepest gratitude to our resource person, Professor Dibbojyoti Bhattacharjee, sir, who agreed and graciously shared his experience with all of us. His dedication and passion have made this session a resounding success. I would like to express my gratitude to the entire organizing team for giving me this opportunity to moderate this session. Participants, please join us tomorrow because we have an exciting lineup of sessions and activities planned for you in the coming 2 days that will enhance your understanding of the subject matter and provide valuable takeaways. With this, I declare that we are formally closing the session. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.